right, so we are back. Should be back. Should be good now. So far is well now. If it opens here, it opens here to the good. All right, so let me know if you're hearing me. You are hearing me. If you are hearing me, let me know. Let me know if you're hearing me. All right, so we were at question 8. All right, so just gonna give the others some time to come back on. Should be ready. Should be ready and well now. All right, so since there are quite a few people, I'm just giving somebody some time to come back on. Internet should be fine now. So let's hope that everything goes well. Let's give some. So everybody can see well, hear well. All right, so let's go. So question 8 states that which are following is not a fat soluble. Hi Daniel, what's up? So which one of the following is not a fat soluble vitamin? What would be your answer? So it's C. I'm seeing a lot of C's. I'm seeing B. All right. What else? I'm seeing 2 C's, 2 B. So we have a tie there. All right. What else? I'm seeing C. All right. I'm seeing the B's. Yes. All right. So this is a little bit of facts for you guys. All right. So water soluble means that it can be dissolved in water. So some vitamins can be dissolved in water and some vitamins can be dissolved in fat. All right. So we really need to know the difference, right? Because it can come in many different ways, right? So Water soluble vitamins, and if you don't have it, guys, please write water soluble vitamins. Water, let me put it in the chat so in case people miss it. Water soluble vitamins are vitamin C. It doesn't make sense that you so always saying C, vitamin C, that would be B, you're correct. All right. So you need to know the water soluble vitamins. The water soluble vitamins are vitamin C and B, right? Vitamin C and B, right? So therefore, A, D, E, and K is fat, right? So A, ADEC is fat, all right? So just remember that, guys. ADEC is fat soluble, all right? So if you never know that from before, please know that now, right? ADEC is fat soluble vitamin, right? And C and B is water soluble. All right, so that's clear, guys. That is clear. So if you never have that, please to get that down. All right, we're moving on now to question 9. Which of the following reagents is used as a test for glucose? Simple stuff. Test for glucose. Which one? Let's go. Simple stuff, guys. Let's go. Let's push. So test for glucose. Yeah, man, soft. Basic solution. No time for waste on that. We're moving on. But before we even move on, right? Let's test you. What is sodium hydroxide used to test? What does sodium hydroxide used to test? I'm seeing salt. You sure? Sure it's salt. Sodium hydroxide. What is used to test? It's used to test for protein, right? So you can't just swat the paper, right? You have to ask yourself, what them other things I do? Because the next paper might just come with that. The next paper might just say, which of the following reagents is used to test for protein? So you never know. Because you won't go swat Benedict and not care, right? You can't care about the rest. You have to focus on the rest and answer them too, right? So sodium hydroxide used to test for protein. If you never know that, jot that down. Sodium hydroxide is used to test for protein. JJ, remember don't swat, right? We are learn same time. You learn from your paper then. All right. So sodium hydroxide, it is used for test for protein, right? What is iodine solution used to test for? Iodine solution. Iodine solution. And we're seeing starch, right? So iodine solution. What's the color when starch is present? What's the color when starch is present? All right. All right. No, me like the me like the answer then. Me like the answer then. What about copper sulfate? What is copper sulfate used to test for? Copper sulfate. What is copper sulfate used to test for? Copper sulfate. What go on, Roach? Copper sulfate. That's another trick question as well. Copper sulfate is also used to test for protein. So if you never know that, have that down. Copper sulfate is used to test for protein. So copper sulfate is used to test for protein. Right? So let's get that down. All right. So copper sulfate is used to test for protein. Right? Sodium hydroxide is also used to test for protein. And the resulting color is purple or violet. Hi, what's up? So we have done those knowledge, guys. Copper sulfate, right, is used to test for protein. And also sodium hydroxide is used to test for protein, right? And the resulting color is violet or blue-black. Violet or purple, my bad. An iodine solution is used to test for starch, and that's blue-black. What's the color? So we have that, guys. Make sure you have those answers, right? What's the color, right? What's the color when Benedict solution goes on glucose? What's that color? What's the color you get there? So when glucose is present, what's the color you get? Yes, a brick red or orange red. Yes, we'll take all of those answers. Brick red or orange red. Beautiful. So let's move on to question 10. Roach blue? No, man, brick red. So Roach, you know, just the exam one there. That came on paper 2, Roach. Right? So, let's move on. Question 10. Which of the following statements are true about water? Is it that water is an essential part of all body fluid? Is that true? Water takes part in many chemical reactions occurring in the body. Water is essential to hydrolyze food during digestion, and water is a fluid for transport. Which one of these is true about water? So I'm seeing TJ saying D. So Jada is saying all of them. All of them, you sure? So hold on there. Wanna use water for hydrolyze food in the stomach? Wanna use water for digestion? Wanna hydrolyze food during digestion? Really? Wanna really do that? You sure wanna do that? Come on. Yeah, you so all the people that said D. Wanna hydrolyze food during digestion? Psych! Just catching them. It's actually D. The trick, oh no! The trick, oh no! So, the trick, oh no, man! The trick, oh no. So hydrolyze. Hydrolyze means breaking down food using water. That's what hydrolysis is. Hydrolyze come from hydrolysis. So it's breaking down of anything using water. So it's correct. That's what hydrolyze mean for. Me know most of them know what hydrolyze mean, you know. That's why me check on it, you know. So it's actually D, guys. All of them. Alright. Moving on, 11. Which of the following food items would best help to prevent constipation? Right? And all we know what constipation, that's when you can't do the do at the bathroom. Right? You can't do the number 2, right? Can't do that, you have to strain. Right? So if you're strain, what's the best food help to prevent that? Is it orange? Is it lettuce? Is it flour? Is it cheese? So I'm seeing lettuce. I'm seeing B that's saying orange and lettuce. Orange and lettuce. So the boy not eat cheese when them a constipate. Yeah, them say cheese and them think they run belly. So it make your leg go faster. So you them say them eat cheese and them something there in there and belly. Now I wanna stick with B. I mean that's a C still, you know, but that include, but that's a C still. Cause a flour and cheese will kinda eat that. Flour and cheese, not true. Yes, guys, it's correct. B, right? Because it's fiber, right? So orange and lettuce is fiber. Indeed. When I catch on, man. When I catch on, let's go. What about 12? Let's go about 12. A balanced diet is best defined as one that contains quantities of all nutrients to maintain health. B, contains equal amount of all the major nutrients. C, provides the correct amount of energy for the body to use each day. And D, equates food eaten with feces discharge. What's your answer, guys? What is your answer? So some people are saying A, some people are saying B. Whew. That's a tight one, guys. It's a tight one. It's a tight one. That is a tight question, man. Tight question. All right, so contains quantities of all nutrients to maintain health. And the other one says contain equal amount of all major nutrients. Ah, tight. It's tight. All right, so let me tell you, C and D all tight for sure. C and D all tight because C says to provide correct amount of energy. That's not what a balanced diet is. Balanced diet has to do with the correct proportions of nutrients, right? JJ say can't be anything that has to do with energy. D says equate D even worse. So C and D all tight. They have that balanced diet have nothing to do with feces discharge. So that C and D out of it. So it's between A and B. It's very tight. I will lean to A. Why? Because A contains the quantity of all the nutrients to maintain health. So it's specific, it's speaking to health. While B is saying contains equal amount of all the major nutrients, but for the what? It's just saying to contain equal amount of all the nutrients, but for what reason? It's not stating a reason, right? Question 8. So that's vitamin C. Remember C and B for Melissa. C and B is for water soluble, and ADEK is fat soluble. ADEK meaning vitamin A, D, E, K are all fat soluble, Melissa. And vitamin C and B is water soluble. So guys, I'm gonna lean to A for a balanced diet. All right. So all the people who are saying B, I understand why you say that, but it's a tight one. I have to choose the best because it's a best defined. All right. So it's actually to maintain health. So I'll lead to A. All right. So you have to reason them out. When them tight, you have to reason them out and see what really are going. So people don't give me some like, no man. Put up on the live and not give me no like. We have 5 like 35. Come on, man. Give me a little like, man. Give me a little love. Love in the place. Let's get little love. All right. Let's go to The next question. This question 13 says, which of the following teeth aid in the grinding food into smaller pieces? All right, so grinding food into smaller pieces. Let's go. That would be, is it incisors or canine, molar and premolar? I think this one is pretty straightforward. All right, this one is pretty much straightforward. So B, it's pretty soft. Everybody get that. No quarrel there. Let's move on to question 14. Which row in the table below correctly matches each nutrient in the column, leading to its simplest form? Right? So which row in the table below correctly matches each nutrient in the column, leading to its simplest form? Right? So what they're asking you, what is starch simplest form, what is protein simplest form, and what is fat simplest form? All right. So what is starch simplest form? I'm not even looking for the answers. I'm gonna ask you what I want. So I'm gonna ask you, what is starch simplest format? Let's get it in the chat. What's starch simplest format? What starch simplest format? Which one of them is starch? Starch. Amylase is an enzyme that breaks down starch. Amylase is not the simple. What does amylase break starch into? Right? So amylase is an enzyme. Remember, enzymes' main function is to break down in the simplest format. Break down food in the simplest format. Right? So remember, guys, that the body can only absorb food at its simplest format. That's why when you eat dumpling, it is considered to be complex, right? Dumpling is a complex form of carbohydrates. Flour is a complex form. Your body has to break it down into its simplest form so it can be absorbed or assimilated, right? So therefore, the simplest form of starch is glucose. Now remember that amylase breaks down carbohydrates or starch into glucose. So the first one is glucose, so that rule out B and that rule out D out of the equation already. What is protein simplest format? What is protein simplest format? I'm seeing amino acid. I'm seeing amino acid. Right? I'm seeing amino acid. Good. What breaks down protein? Which enzyme breaks down protein into amino acid? Which enzyme breaks down protein into amino acid? Let's go. Which enzyme breaks down protein into amino acid? Come on, guys. Pepsin. Good. Good. Pepsin. Pepsin. Great. Great. This them tongue are soft. Pepsin. Very, very good. So if you ever know, so TJ, when you go in the exam and you know them thing in a paper too. I skate, you skate on the paper. I skate, you go skate. No man. TJ, learning is learning is continuous education, permanent change in behavior. That's what TJ, man. Come on. What pH does pepsin best survive in? I mean, ask the question, you know. May I ask the question, then we can forward. Which pH does enzyme best survive in? I hope you take note, TJ. I hope you take notes. Which enzyme, which pH, or from what pH range does pepsin survive in? Can neutral, your stomach can neutral, your mouth neutral, but your stomach can neutral. 2. Remember, guys, your stomach can neutral. Your stomach has hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is acidic. It can neutral. Your mouth is neutral. Amylase is in a neutral environment, so that would be 7 to around 8. your stomach is highly acidic because hydrochloric acid is there. So it would be 2. 2. 2 is where it would be. It would be the most acidic the body can be. Your body not really pass 2 really. That 2 have to do battery and them, car battery and them sort of thing there. So 2 to 3 the most. 2 to 3 the most because pepsin is highly acidic. And remember, amylase is neutral, so that would be 7 to 9, 7 to 8 would be fine. So JJ, you're correct. So therefore, pep amino acid. So that means now we are looking at definitely C. But fat. What is fat simplest format? How much fatty acid and how much glycerol? How much fatty acid and how much glycerol? How much fatty acid and how much glycerol? I mean, no, sir, chop me in a TJ. No, sir. 20? No, sir. No, man. No, man. Me not like, no, man. Me not like them answer. Yeah? No 3 fatty acid, man. And 1 glycerol. Yeah, man. 3 fatty acid, man. Yes, man. Now we are talking about, man. 3 fatty acid and 1 glycerol, man. That's basic stuff, guys. Make sure you write that down. Make sure you write that down. Make sure you write that down, man. 3 fatty acid and 1 glycerol. 3 fatty acid, 1 glycerol. So make sure you jot that down somewhere. Remember, you know, guys, are learning live this, you know, we're not come here, come swat, you know, we are coming here, come get the proper knowledge. We can do 1 paper 1 and mash up the test, you know. And I'm on the 20 paper 1 and I'm feeling. How you strategize the paper. Yeah, that's what. Alright? Moving on. I hope you have that down. 15 and 16. Alright. So this is showing the lung, and it is saying refer to the following diagram which shows part of a respiratory system. And 15 states which label structure consists of cartilage. So which label structure consists of cartilage? Which label structure consists of cartilage? Why is it A? Why is it A? They're saying R and P. All right, so A, pretty standard because cartilage is a ring. And we can see the ring here, and the ring here, and the ring here. And we can see P is a ring. And we can see where R is a ring. So remember, cartilage is a ring. It's a circular muscle. That's pretty basic stuff. So A is correct. Beautiful stuff, guys. Let's move along. To 16. Where is the site of gaseous exchange? So where is the site of gaseous exchange here? So I'm seeing C. I'm seeing C. I'm seeing D. I'm seeing C. I'm seeing C. I'm seeing C. All right, so I'm seeing D. So first of all, where does gases exchange take place in the lungs? Which site? Which site are they asking you for? Which site do they want you to recognize? I'm seeing the answer. Right? They want the alveoli. They want the alveoli. So which site here would be the alveoli? It would be C. C. So it would be C, where T is. U is not the alveoli. Alveoli would be these little things here. These little branches here are the alveoli. Right? U is not pointing to the alveoli. This is actually on. T is on the alveoli. Right? So it would be C, which is T. You see that? You get that? Understand that? Let's move up the ladder to 17. Refers to the diagram below shows a spirometer trace, right? Which labeled here represent the vital capacity. It's not much to refer to. TJ, the cartilage is the opening in front of the pharynx, basically. There are C-shaped rings in the trachea, right? Called trachea rings. There's not much there to it's a strong, flexible tissue that supports the trachea and allow it to move and flex when you breathe. So whenever you breathe in and out, it allows it supports your trachea basically. Right? So that's what P and R really is. Right? The Q is the membrane. Right? The pleural membrane that's around the lungs. A membrane is around anything. So it's not much to explain, really. All right, TJ, they just need to know what they are. There's not much to explain there. The only thing to explain really is alveoli in this diagram. And the alveoli is the site of exchange. And the trachea, otherwise known as the windpipe. So I will never know that what's another name for the trachea. That's the windpipe, right? It's made up of rings of cartilage shaped like a C to support the trachea. That's basically it. All right, then, so back to this question 17, which labeled here represent vital capacity. I'm seeing C. Now, this is a tough, this would be tough for you. This would be tough. Somebody say, what is a spiral capacity? It's not a spiral capacity. It is a vital capacity. So vital capacity. Oh, you're asking what is a spirometer? Okay, so a spirometer basically measure how much how much air is taken in and expelled out of the lungs. Right? So a spirometer measures how much air you can breathe in, how much air you can let out. Vital capacity, right, is how much air you can take in. What is how much air can take in at full capacity, right? So the diagram here, right? Let me go here. The diagram here, this will show how much here. So it says volume of air, right? And then this now, all of this would be the volume of air. So it would be B as the answer. Because vital capacity is how much air you can actually breathe in. You see how we get there? You see how we get to B? Remember, vital capacity is how much air the lung can take in at one breathing. So when you go so, it's how much air your lungs can actually hold at one go. And this diagram here shows, this diagram here is referring to a spirometer trace. So a spirometer measures how much air the lungs can take in and take out, right? How much air can breathe in and breathe out. And this spirometer is showing you how much air, the volume of air that is breathed in and out. So this from here to here, let me change the color. From here to here is showing normal breathing. This is normal breathing. Now we see here where you're asked to, you ever got doctor tell them ask you to breathe in and breathe out. Because they want to test your vital capacity. That's why doctor make you breathe in and breathe out so they can hear what go on. Right? So in a breathe in and breathe out, we can see that this is your vital capacity. How much air you can breathe in and how much air you can breathe out, how much air you can breathe in, how much air you can breathe out. So this is the amount of air your lungs can hold. So from here, so where you see the blue rays, I show the amount of air in dm cube is how much you can actually, how much air your body can actually hold in the body. So it will actually be B, which is I, because it's referring to how much air you can actually hold in your lungs. Is that clear? The question wants how much? Yes, the question is asking you based on the spirometer trace. And remember, spirometer is used to measure how much air you can breathe in and you can breathe out. Right? So it's asking you how much air you can breathe in and how much air you can breathe out. Right? That's what a spirometer trace does. So here we can see where it goes up and down and showing you the volume of air. So it's showing you the volume of air here, right? So this is the volume of air on this axis, right? And this is showing you how much you can breathe in. So we can see here where we have this little diagram here, this little here showing you what is this. And this is basically how much air you can breathe in. Now if we draw one thing around it, you can see. All right, you see that? So somebody asked what is IV, and that is basically a residual volume. But I don't think they'll ask you that, TJ, because it's not in the syllabus. So they'll more stick to things that is in the syllabus. But it's really the residual volume. That's that blank space down there. TJ is called residual volume. Right? And the residual volume, as you know, residue is what leaves after. So residual volume is the air remaining in the lungs after maximum forceful expiration, right? So after you let out air, right? So it is the volume of air that cannot be expelled from the lungs, right? So whenever you breathe in and you breathe out, there's some air remaining, right? So this residual is the amount of air remaining. So this made the alveoli keep open. If there's no air present, the alveoli would close. So the residual volume is the amount of air that can't leave the lungs. So even though you expel, you breathe out, you don't breathe out every air. You don't breathe out everything. It's not possible. All right, TJ. So that's the residual volume there. So everybody get that? We get there. Anybody confused still? I'm see some people say them I learn this the first time. Everybody would never know what I go on here say, know what I go on now, right? Yes, yes. Avakin, you're good? Avakin, Liana, all is well? You understand now? Avakin gone? Avakin, I hope you understand. If you don't understand, let me know in the chat. All right, let's go. Let's move on. 18, right? Which is the correct sequence of steps in the process of mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. So which one step here? Tell me the step them in order. Let's go. JJ, you hearing me? You guys hearing me? Or just JJ? Let me know if you're hearing me. Seem fine on my end. All right, so tell me the steps. Yes, great. So tell me the steps. Tell me the steps. So you're saying 2 is first, lay the person face upward and tip the head. You're saying 2 is first. Okay. So you're saying 2 is first. So we're seeing 2. We're seeing IV. No, that's not quite it, Miss Anderson. So 2 is definitely first. I is first for sure. So yes. So what is second? So I is first. What is second? You must lay the person face upwards and tip the head well back and pull the lower jaw forward. That's the first thing. Not quite. What's the second thing? I'm not seeing someone the second thing right yet. Yes, one. Yes, I is the second thing. After the person face lay upward, right? You have to sweep around deep inside the person's mouth with your fingers to make sure nothing is blocking the windpipe. So it will be I, right, and I. So what would be third? What would be third, guys? IV. Yes, IV would be third. You would close off the person's nostril, take a deep breath, and place your mouth over the person's mouth. So that means 3 would be the last thing you do. You look at the person's chest to see if breathing has started. So it would be I, V, IV, and I. So it will be I, IV, I. So that answer would therefore be which one of them? Which one of them would be the answer then? Which one of the letters would be the answer? The A. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. All right, let's move. 19. Which of the following best describes the function of a pacemaker? What's the function of a pacemaker? We're seeing C, after C, we're seeing A, we're seeing C. Remember, the pacemaker is an electrical impulse. And what does that electrical impulse do? That electrical impulse is responsible, right, for regulating the heart rate. So it would be C, right? Yes, indeed. So it would be C, regulates the heart rate. Yes, JJ, it was on paper too. Next, 20. The left side of the heart has a thicker muscular wall in order to do what? I remember that last time we said what is on the left is actually right and what is on the right is actually left. So the left side is thicker because I'm seeing a lot of B to pump blood to the rest of the body. I'm not seeing anything but B. So B is the answer. That's pretty straightforward. So we move on. Yes. We move on now to question 21. The circulatory system transport what? Again, another question that came on our live last time. The human circulatory system transports what? Is it A, nutrients, heat, and fiber? B, oxygen, hormones, and glycogen? C, oxygen, starch, and nitrogen waste? Or D, nitrogenous waste, nutrients, and oxygen? So I'm seeing some B. That's actually a tight one. It's a tight one. It's actually a tight one. It's a tight one. I can understand why people say B. I can get that. I can really get that. But B is a trick question, really. Tell me why B would be a trick question. Why B is a trick question is because glycogen, right? Remember that glycogen is a hormone, but it's not released in the blood. Glycogen is one of the only hormones that is not released into the bloodstream, not transported. Well, yeah, especially glycogen in your muscle, they are not transported in your bloodstream. The glycogen is basically transported to the liver. It doesn't go in your bloodstream. But I could understand why people would say B, because glycogen is a hormone, and you know a hormone traveling in the bloodstream. But this them pick glycogen because them knows that glycogen is not transported in the bloodstream. So the answer would be D, as in dog. So do you understand why it's not B? I could understand people saying B, honestly. But B would be incorrect because glycogen is there and it's not transported in the blood at all. All right, so let's look out for those answers, right? Next, red blood cell contain no nucleus because they are too small. They have hemoglobin. They are biconcave disc. This improves their oxygen carrying capacity. What would it be? I'm seeing they are biconcave disc. I'm seeing C. I'm seeing C. But all the people must say C wrong. C is wrong, guys. Why? Because biconcaveness improves the surface area of the nucleus. So it has no nucleus because remember we were talking about all the people that are on paper 2 live. We were talking about the difference between white blood cell and red blood cell. And we were talking about lymphocytes has a big nucleus because they make antibodies basically to fight off diseases. And we were saying that phagocytes nucleus is lobe shaped, right? And we said it's not as big as the lymphocyte because the phagocyte engulf bacteria, right? And then we said that the red blood cell, however, doesn't have a nucleus because it needs the space to carry oxygen. That's why it doesn't have a nucleus, because it needs the space. So the nucleus are gonna take up, are gonna deprive the red blood cell of carrying oxygen around the body. So the answer would be D. This improves its oxygen carrying capacity. They are biconcave. This not have nothing to do with it. Could have a nucleus and still be biconcave, right? They have hemoglobin, has nothing to do with that. They are too small, even worse. So the answer is D. Do we understand how we get D? All the people are saying C. Do you understand why it's D and why it's not C? All the people that are saying C, do you understand why? Yes? So all the people are saying C, you get it. Great. All right, next one, 23. The composition of lymph is similar to plasma, but lymph contains what? Is it less fat, glycogen, less protein, more protein? Why is it C? Why is it C? Why is it less protein? Why, in your opinion, it's less protein? Explain your answer because it's circled. No, you're not there for what is circle. It can wrong if it's circle. Don't watch the circle. Things that are circled there, it can be wrong as well. So you don't follow the circle, boy. And you should know better, TJ, that I'm gonna ask you why. It's not about what's circled or what's not circled. So you say C, why is it C? If you're gonna tell me because it's circle, then you don't deserve to be here, boy. This is not a SWAT life. This is an educational life. Sir. That's the difference between pure knowledge lives and other people's lives. Lymph. Your lymph nodes. What is your lymph? Anybody here that can tell me what is lymph? The lymphatic system. Have you ever heard of that? So guys, the lymphatic system is what defends the body against infections. Right? So your lymphatic system and your spleen and your armpit, your bone marrow, right? All of those things. So the lymphatic system protects the body against diseases. And it also maintains fluid balance. So the lymphatic system protects the body against diseases. Do we understand that? That's the simplest version of it. So it includes your white blood cells. That's one of them. Right? And there are a lot of lymph nodes. Right? And they are on the armpit and those places. Right? Lymphocytes are the cells that destroys bacteria and cancer cells. So cells that come from the lymphatic system are called lymphocytes. Lymphocytes. So please write that if you never know that. All right? Lymphocytes. Lymphocytes are the cells that come from your lymphatic system. What is plasma? What is plasma? What is plasma, guys? Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's go. What is plasma? What is plasma? Yes, the liquid part of your blood. So why now? So what is plasma? So why is plasma has less protein? So why lymph has less protein? So lymph and plasma are both liquid, right? But the lymph system has already been filtered by the kidney, right? So the lymph are after the filtration of the kidney. So when the kidney filter, we know about ultrafiltration that occurs where again? Where does ultrafiltration start again? Where does ultrafiltration start? Ultrafiltration, where does that start again? Where specifically in the kidney? The nephron, the Bowman's capsule. The Bowman's capsule. Remember, the glomerulus is inside of the C shape. So the glomerulus goes inside the C shape. So the Bowman's capsule. The nephron is the entire thing. The Bowman's capsule is a part of the nephron. Show that up on paper too. Yes, Sasha, Sasha, Anna. I'm sure that up on paper too. I don't know how I'm going. So the nephron is a part of the Bowman's capsule, the C shape. So what happens is that when the blood travels to the glomerulus, it is pushed out into the Bowman's capsule, and in the Bowman's capsule, it is filtered. And then the protein would be filtered. Remember, amino acid, glucose, and all those things will be filtered from the blood. So therefore, plasma would have more protein because plasma wouldn't be filtered as yet. Plasma would be a part of the regular blood, right? The regular blood, right? So the plasma would be a part of the regular blood, and the lymph would be already filtered. So therefore, the lymph would have less protein. Do we understand that? Do we get that? We understand that, people? Where should I repeat? Because I was saying a lot of things, Gabriel. Well, let me repeat where I think it makes sense. The lymph node, the lymph and the plasma are both liquid. The difference between the lymph and the plasma is that the plasma is not filtered. The plasma is a liquid part of the blood, while lymph is a liquid part, is liquid in the body, right, that has been filtered by the kidney, specifically the Bowman's capsule already. So because it is filtered by the Bowman's capsule in the kidney, right, it would be already filtered. So therefore it would have less protein than plasma, because plasma would not be filtered. Plasma would be unfiltered. So therefore there will be less protein in lymph than there would be in plasma, because plasma would naturally have more protein. All right? So understand that? I hope you get that now, Gabriel. All right, let's go. 24 states. The function of the marrow of long bones in the body is to do what? What's the function of the marrow? Not really. Christine, I don't know which book says that. I'm not sure. But I'm sticking with the Bowman's capsule. I think that's where majority of the filtration takes place, according to what I've seen in the book. Not saying that you're wrong. I'm saying that's where the majority of the filtration takes place. Well, biology. I'm not saying you're wrong, you know. Not saying you're wrong. So, yes, D is right. To make red blood cells. Yes. Pretty simple stuff. Let's move on. So say C to make blood plasma. No, Shoshana. See, you don't. Plasma is not made in the marrow. What is made in the marrow, Shoshana, is blood cells, white blood cell or red blood cell. Both of them is made in the bone marrow. All right, so the bone marrow is used to make blood cells. All right, so the answer would be D. Moving on, 25 to 26 refer to the following diagram, which shows a human skeleton. All right, so this is A, B, C, D. I'm going to have to zoom out a bit. So, which part of the label part is the femur? So, which part is the femur? We're saying femur is C. I'm seeing C for femur. I'm seeing C. I'm seeing a lot of C. C is correct. Where is the humerus? Humerus. Where's the humerus? They're seeing A for humerus. All right. So what is D? What is D? Let me see who have that. Who have what is D? Who have what is D? What is D? D, not B. D. D is the phalanges, you sure? You sure? Yes, the phalanges. Remember that your feet and your hands, your toes and your fingers, sorry. Yes, it's your phalanges. And B would be a pelvic girdle around there. All right, moving on. This is 27. Bones act as levers while cartilage assists with what? This cartilage assists with connecting muscle to bone, reducing friction at joints, holding joints together, movement of joints. So we're seeing B, reducing. Very good. B is correct. Let's move. Let's put some pace on it. Which of the following best describes excretion? Is excretion the elimination of waste products by means of perspiration? Is it the removal of undigested material from the intestine? Is it the elimination of waste products of metabolism from your body, or the removal of waste products that have not been absorbed by the body? So we are seeing C. We're seeing a lot of C here. We're seeing a B. We're seeing C. We're seeing a lot of B, another D. We're seeing D. We're seeing B. We're seeing D. And it's actually C, can't D. C. Why not D? D is the removal of waste products that have not been absorbed by the body. That's not a full definition. So C is the answer. C is the elimination of waste product by metabolism from the body. All right, so the answer would be C. All right, so C, metabolism, keyword there. All right, so metabolism. right? So you can't talk about excretion, you're not mentioning about metabolism. All right, Mike. All right, let's go. 29 now will be a little bit tricky. Let's see how you handle it. 29. Correct the correct path for nitrogenous waste to exit the body is what? Is it renal artery, nephrons, urethra, bladder, urethra, renal vein, glomerulus, urethra, bladder, ureter, or is it liver, kidney, collecting duct, renal vein, bladder, or is it bipatic artery, nephrons, colon, cecum, or rectum? So I'm seeing D, I'm seeing A, I'm seeing D. And the people who I said D, me know if you have facts here, I guess. But me can understand why you said D though. But remember that we are not at the, it can't be D because D is bipatic artery to nephrons. That no make no sense. Because remember that nitrogenous waste has to do with the kidney. So blood will be coming into the kidney through the renal artery. Because remember the renal artery, right, has to do, remember artery carry blood too, right? So artery, renal artery will be carrying blood to the kidney, right? So it will be carrying it basically to the glomerulus, basically. And then it goes to the nephron, right? And then from the nephron, all of the reabsorption take place and ultrafiltration, reabsorption, and then where the body now want come through the ureter, is stored in your bladder, and then the urethra is its way of exit through the penis. So the answer would be A, renal artery, because that's where the blood is coming from, right? And renal has to do with kidney, right? Remember, so let's write them down, guys. Renal, kidney, hepatic has to do with the liver. So renal is kidney, hepatic has to do with the liver, right? Gastric has to do with the stomach. Hepatic, liver, renal, kidney, gastric, stomach. All right, so those are the prefixes that has to do with your organs. So let me go out again. Renal is kidney, right? Hepatic is liver, gastric is stomach, and you know about the heart already and all of those, right? Everybody's supposed to be familiar with that. So we understand why that is A. Understand why that is A, right? Come on, guys. Let's tell me what's going on. You understand? Yes? Okay, great. Moving on. 30. Which of the following occurs when blood glucose level is too high? Is it the liver convert glucose to glycogen? Is it the pancreas secretes glycogen? Fat is broken down into glucose, and glucose is absorbed by the nerve cell. What's 30? Yes, 30 is A. That's why glycogen couldn't be in the blood, because glycogen is actually stored, right, around the liver area. That's why when them say glycogen is transferring to the bloodstream, that was incorrect. So the answer would be A. Sir, we can't see the answer up too far. Most I can do is zoom it. Is that better? Is that better, Sashana? Shawana, sorry. Sashwana. My apologies. Okay, moving on. Question 31. Which of the following best describe, and the best is in? The best is in big letters, caps. Best describe how the body temperature is regulated on a hot day. Right? So is it the blood vessel in the skin dilate? Blood vessel in the skin constrict? Ear on the skin stand up? On IV sweating occurs. So which one of them best describe body temperature regulated on a hot day? I'm seeing B. Seeing someone saying B. I'm seeing someone saying B. Why B though? Why B? Somebody explain why B. Why B? Why B though? So I'm seeing 4 B's. Why B? Yes, the sweat is produced. We know that for sure. Because the blood vessel will constrict to chop the heat. Where say? D or B? R B? Is it D or B you said, TJ? TJ, because I think a B. You said D? Oh, because it constrict. Okay. 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 So a hot day. So you're sticking with that? Because it is when the body temperature is high, those actions occur. Daniel, that a chop answer, Daniel. That a chop answer. Yeah, try chopper. Oh, Daniel, yeah, try chop with Daniel. Oh, better answer than that, man. All right, guys. So why the answer is B? B as in boy. Because when you're hot on a hot day, right, the blood vessels dilate. What does dilate mean? It means that the blood vessels widen, right? It widens, right? So therefore, when the blood vessels widens, it widens because it allows more blood to flow near the surface of your body, right? So that the heat can be lost, right? So when on a hot day, you will have more blood pumping nearer to your surface of your skin. On a cold day, you would have less blood. So you would have constriction on a cold day, while on a hot day, you'll have dilate. So the answer would be B, because of course you know sweating occurs. So that's an obvious, right? So we don't know what else goes with sweating. So it would be vasodilation, right? And so we have vasodilation, which is I, and sweating, which is IV. All right, so the answer would be B. 32. The condition known as long-sightedness can be corrected by which lens? Long-sightedness. So you correct that. Or you correct long-sightedness? Seeing convex lens for B. Long-sightedness. All right. What's another name for long-sightedness? What is another name for long-sightedness? Yes, B is correct. What's another name for long-sightedness? Nah, that's when you can't see at night. Long-sightedness is hyperopia. That's long-sightedness. What about short-sightedness? So make sure you're writing that down, guys. Make sure you're getting that down. Short-sightedness. What about that? What's another name for short-sightedness? Short-sightedness, myopia. Very good. Very, very good. Very good. Very, very good. All right. So just running that out, guys. Running that out. All right. Which what can be used to correct myopia? What can be used to correct myopia? What can be used to correct myopia? And myopia is short-sightedness, convex. Excellent. Excellent. What do we call uneven curvature of the eye? What do we call uneven curvature of the eye? What do we call uneven curvature of the eye? Yes, I'm going to say the video on the channel. What do you call uneven curvature of the eye? We call that astigmatism. All right, so just in case, guys, we're going to learn some extra one, astigmatism. Right? Astigmatism. Right? Uneven curvature of the eye. All right, guys, so you're learning something right away. So we see them ask I, so we cover all of that, all right? So astigmatism and even curvature of the eye. Yeah, let's push. Let's push to 33. The central nervous system is made up of the simple guys, simple stuff. The central nervous system is made up of simple stuff, simple stuff. The brain and the spinal cord. Alright, simple stuff. Beautiful. Hey, that's simple. We're not spending time on simple. Let's move up to 34. Refers to the following diagram, which shows a cross section of the spinal cord and the reflex arc. So we can see here is you see the eye here, and we can see the dorsal here, and all of those nice stuff. Which of the following, which of the region labeled on the diagram releases a neurotransmitter substance due to the arrival of an impulse? So let's bring that down a little bit. So which one of the following regions labeled on the diagram, right, releases a neurotransmitter substance due to the arrival of impulse? What are you saying for this one? Is it I, or IV? Is it A, B, C, or D? Let me know, guys. Let me know. So somebody's saying A. Somebody's saying C. Read the question, guys. It's in the question. It's giving the answer is given away in the question. It says which of the region labeled on the diagram releases a neurotransmitter, right, due to the arrival of an impulse. You can't guess. It's simple. It's there in the question. It's in the question. The answer is in the question. Which of the region labeled on the diagram releases a neurotransmitter substance due to the arrival of an impulse? It's in the question, guys. It's in the question. The answer is in the question. No, guys, it has to be A. Because it says that releases a neurotransmitter due to the arrival of an impulse. It has to be A. Simple stuff, guys. Remember, impulse, right, is the eye. Remember, this is the eye, you know. And then the impulse would be light. Light entering the eyes. And when the light says it's shining on a dex, and let's pretend that this is a dex. You're seeing the dex because the light is shining off it. So you're seeing the dex. And then this eye, remember your eye is a sense organ. It releases neurotransmitter that goes along to tell your brain, say, yo, me see a dex, right? So it's responding to an impulse. And the impulse is light. Remember, it's a stimuli, you know. It's a stimuli. It's responding to a stimuli. Alright? So it's in the question, it's A. Do we understand why we get A? Understand why it's I? Anyone the sense organ would have been, if this was, say, for example, your nose, then your nose would have been the answer because your nose is releasing a neurotransmitter. Remember, a neurotransmitter is going to tell your brain where you see, or where you smell, or where you hear. Right, so it's the eye. That's what I'm saying. It's in the question. Because all your sense organ would release neurotransmitters depending on on the impulse, whether that is sound, whether that is light, whether it is a smell, all of those things. So the answer would be any sense organ that's there. Then just draw the eye there, so it would be the eye. Simple stuff. Next one. An example of voluntary action is, and an example of voluntary action. Voluntary action. And involuntary, voluntary action. Simple stuff, guys. So I'm seeing D. I'm seeing D. And is that D? I'm seeing D. And that's simple stuff. Voluntary is something that you have control of. And you have turning on a light switch. Next, one function of the endocrine gland is to do what? Function of the endocrine gland is to do what? So secrete hormones into ducts, respond quickly to stimulus. TJ, you can't say so much answer. You have to say everything. One answer, TJ. One answer we're working with. Here, boy. All right. So endocrine gland. So Mrs. C, why is it C? Why not A? So so C is actually correct because the endocrine gland, right, makes hormone that is released directly into the blood stream and travels to the tissue and organs on the body, right? So endocrine gland is specific, right? Specific. Endocrine gland is specific as it goes directly into the bloodstream, right? So don't forget that, all right? Don't forget that. All right, guys. So endocrine gland secretes hormone directly into the bloodstream. All right, so the answer would be C. All right, let's move on. It's pretty straightforward. Which of the following is true of asexual reproduction? So which one of them is true about asexual reproduction? Two parents are needed. Two gametes fuse together to form a zygote. It is important for growth and production of different offspring. It's important for growth and the production of identical offspring. Which one of these? Right, so I'm saying D because it doesn't need more than one parent, thus D is identical. I'm saying A, I'm saying D, I'm saying D. Remember, it's asexual, Gabriel. Asexual means one parent. So Gabriel, it can't be A. A would be sexual reproduction. So sexual reproduction would be having a female and a male having intercourse. And then gametes fuse through to the process of meiosis. Right? Meiosis. Right? Gabriel said it couldn't be A. A is sexual reproduction, which is responsible for meiosis. Asexual reproduction has to do with growth. And it has to do with identical offspring, because remember that asexual reproduction is about mitosis. Remember that mitosis has the full applied number, 46 from the mother, right? Or from the parent. Let me not say mother. So 46 from the parent, and that exact 46 is passed on, right? So that exact 46 is passed on, so therefore it's identical, right? So it has to be D. It's important for growth because asexual reproduction / mitosis, right, works on the growth of all cells except for sex cells or gametes. Again, mitosis is the development of all cells, body cells or somatic cells, right? Development of all body cells, growth and of our body cells are somatic cells, while meiosis is to do with sexual reproduction, gametes, egg and sperm fusing together, meiosis. Right? So remember that meiosis is sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is about one parent, mitosis. It can't be seen because even though it's important for growth, it doesn't produce different offspring. It produces the same offspring. There's no different offspring. Everything is identical. Only sexual reproduction produces different offspring because 23 is passed down from the mother and 23 is passed down from the father to make it 46. So therefore, there's variation. Where you say all human beings don't look alike. There's difference. All dogs don't look alike. There are different. Right? So it can't be C. And 2 and A and B has to do with sexual reproduction and meiosis. So the answer is D. All right, so I hope that was thoroughly explained and you understand that. They clear up. Is that clear? Is that clear, guys? Is that clear now, Gabriel? Gabriel, are you good now? Beautiful. Let's move. Menstruation in the human female begins where? Where does menstruation begin? Ladies, your time. Yes. So it has to be D with the breakdown of uterine wall. Yes. Right? Because after estrogen and progesterone has built up the uterine wall for fertilized egg, if there's none, the same built up wall is going to start shed. Yes, my you. That's good. All right. So D is the answer. That's pretty simple. We'll move on. Just before birth, the usual position of the baby in the uterus is, and this is very simple. What's that? Simple stuff, guys. Before birth, right? We know that the baby is always upside down. Can't sideways, can't upright. So the answer would be C. Simple stuff. Moving on to 40. Which of the following contraceptive method is associated with side effects such as nausea, breast discomfort, and an increased circulatory problems? So for females, which one of these give you all of these side effects? All the side effects. Let's go, let's go, let's go. It's B, pills. Yes, man, pills. Has to be. Has to be. Brilliant. Pill has the most side effects ever. One bag of them. Too much side effects pill have, right? Them don't even name them. Well, them name them on the pill. And a whole heap of them. Then they whole heap. So it's D. IUD, no, the person that's Rhea can't be IUD. IUD don't really have side effect. Right? It doesn't. It doesn't have much side effect. So IUD is a device that then put in the uterus. Doesn't have much side effects. It can be there for at least 10 years. So actually it's a T-shaped device. It looks like a hammer, basically. It looks like a hammer and then place it up in the vagina. Right? It provides it can last 3 years, 10 years, 3 to 10 years, depending upon the type. And it's really not much side effects there. Pill are the more one with a whole heap of side effects because pill contains a lot of hormones. And then if you have too much hormones, it's gonna affect you otherwise. It's gonna have some side effects. Yes, it looks like a tea. Like yes, man, 3 to 10 years. It depends on the type. So it depends on the type. There are a lot of variations of it. Yeah, it's shaped like a tea. You can Google it. I think Google will make it, show you that it's that kind of tea shape. Yes, shaped like a hammer. All right, let's move on. Next, a cell is described as being diploid when what? Diploid. When what? When the chromat is aligned at the equator of the cell, right? No, or it divides to give 4 different daughter cells. It has full chromosome number. It undergoes meiosis. So I'm seeing C, I'm seeing B. I'm seeing C, I'm seeing B. I'm seeing C. I'm seeing B. I'm seeing B. All right, guys. So the answer would be C. Because diploid, when you're saying diploid, right? You're saying that the person has the full chromosome number. And diploid would be 46. And I was just explaining that. Right? So diploid would be 46. Equal 46. Right? And that would be mitosis. Right? And mitosis can't be B because mitosis gives you 2 identical daughter cells. Mitosis gives you 2 identical daughter cells, while meiosis gives you 4 identical daughter cells. That is why you have meiosis. That is why you have meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Right? Meiosis 1 means that it creates 2 daughter cells, and then it goes through meiosis 2, it creates 2 more daughter cells to get 4 daughter cells. So meiosis, you get 4 daughter cells from meiosis. With mitosis, you get 2 daughter cells, so it can't be D. Right? So it has to be C, because C is the full number of chromosomes. Remember, I was saying that meiosis is mitosis, is identical. So that means the same 46 are going to transfer from the parent, go to the child, or they don't want to say child, but the offspring then, right? So it's going to be 46 from the parent, go straight down, right? Meiosis now is haploid because meiosis is not the 43 transfer from the parent down to the child. It's actually 23 from the mother and 23 from the father, right? So diploid is 46, while 23 is known as haploid, right? So, whoa, what is this? 23? Yes. Right, in as 100. Yeah, see with me. Right? So haploid, this will be haploid. Right? So diploid is 2N and haploid is because N is half of 2N. Half of 2N is N. So diploid is 46, haploid is 23, haploid is half of 46. So haploid will be meiosis, diploid will be mitosis. Do we understand that? All the people are saying B. Do you get that? Brilliant. So please don't mix up those things, guys. Diploid mean full set of chromosome, which is 46. So therefore the answer will definitely be C. Next, chromosomes are made up of protein and what? Pretty simple. Chromosomes are made up of protein and what? And A, I'm seeing A. Is A everybody's answer, or you have something else? A, because the ribonucleic acid carries genetic instruction for structure and development. A, DNA is basic stuff. We move on. What does RNA stand for, by the way? What does RNA stand for? RNA, what does that stand for? Anybody know what RNA? That's ribonucleic acid. Very good. Moving on. Which statement best describes the term allele? Again, this is pretty simple, especially for those who are here. Allele. So a pair of genes which codes for the same genetic characteristic, the alternative gene available to control one characteristic, gene representing homozygous characteristics only, and gene which code for different characteristics. What would be folly-tree, guys? Let's go. Folly-tree, guys. Let's go. I'm seeing B from Tiana. Seeing B. I'm seeing another B. No, I'm just seeing one B. So the Bible no allele, guys. Come on, guys. No allele. Come on, man. Come on, man. We don't like this, man. Come on, man. Allele is an alternative gene available to control one characteristic. So allele. Excellent. Says B. Is the answer, guys. Let's put some life into it, man. Let's move. 44 to the diagram below, which shows inheritance of eye color in a family. Right? The allele for brown eye color is B, is dominant, and the allele for blue eye color is recessive. Right? So make sure you have that. Guys, it's gonna be a little bit there. So it's saying that the allele for brown eye color is dominant B, and the allele for blue eye color is recessive. Now they want to know what is the chance that the fourth child will be blue-eyed. So what is the chance that the fourth child will be blue-eyed? I'm seeing B. I'm seeing 25%. I am seeing B. I'm seeing a lot of people saying B. Seeing a lot of B's, a lot of B's. I am going to scroll up back. Give you an opportunity to read. Now, what's the percentage chance of getting the fourth child be blue-eyed based on this? What's the percentage chance of the fourth child be blue-eyed? It's still sticking. Is it going to be 25%, 75%, 100%? Is it A, B? TJ saying 0. I'm still seeing B. I'm still seeing A. Come on, guys. Come. Further question, guys. At 32 people live and only a few interacting, man. Come on, guys. Everybody, let's interact, man. Let's get your answers out there. So how the people may get B? Tell me how you get B. And the people may get 0. Tell me how you get 0. Somebody advocate for B and somebody advocate for 0, please. Jada says it's not in the diagram. So as I said, there's only one recessive gene and 3 dominant. So blue-eye trait is not possible. Okay. Okay. All right, me hear the people must say A. I understand people must say A. The people must say B. Oh, you get 25. There's nobody advocating for B that said B. I just guess. If I guess, just say I guess. Say I guess. But you have to have reasons, right? You have to have reasons to back up your answer. So I'm giving the people who said B an opportunity. Right? All right, TJ. All right, Monsieur. Monsieur, what you say? So what you say? I mean, I hear the people might say B a come forward. All right, so it's really A. No chance, in my opinion. Right? Because this is too dominant. You know, dominant, once a dominant is there, the trait will show. So the dominant this year is brown eye color, right? So in order for blue eye to show, you need to get 2 recessive in order to get blue eye color. Has to get 2 recessive, right? Because it says that the allele for blue eye is recessive B. In this case, there's no way you can get a recessive from this. And let's, for the people who are not sure, let's draw it. So for this, you'll draw a square. You can draw a simple one. I'll draw a simple one here just to show you. So you draw a simple Punnett square and you do the maths. All right, so you say BB, right? Can you get it? BB, B, I times it by B small. And when you multiply it, you see that you get 2B, 2 capital B here, and that would be a brown eye color. Right? Then you time this, you get a heterozygous. So you get a capital B, you get a dominant B, and a recessive B. But this is a dominant B, so that means that this one would also be a brown eye color. Then I get the same thing here, so because I see a multiplication, I get BB, because this is a capital B times a capital B gives you 2B, and this is a capital B times a common B, which is recessive, which gives you BB. So there's no chance, zero chance of getting a blue eye. So the answer would be A. So do you understand the people that said B? K.K. Hanley and Gabriel Williams. Do you understand now why we get 0? Why we get A? Great. So we can just rub off this quick class and move on. All right, so next question says, good health may be best described as what? Good health may be described as what? And this coming in paper 2. Them ask you according to World Health Organization, define health. Right? According to the World Health Organization, right, it's the state, complete state of physical, social, and mental well-being. So it's C, pretty simple stuff. Move on. 46, the life cycle of mosquito and horseflies are similar because they both, and this one was a bit sticky. It look a bit sticky, but let's see what you have. So mosquito and horsefly are similar. They are similar. Right? But what is? Because they both what? I'm seeing A. I'm seeing B. I'm seeing B. I'm seeing pupa stage. That's it. All right, let's go through it. So the first thing I need to ask yourself, right, is this. Mosquito and horsefly. So does mosquito lay in water? Yes, they do. Does flies lay in water? No, they don't. Because fly look for more decomposed material, more like cuts and them thing there. You know, decomposing stuff. Right? So it can't be A. Do they have a feeding pupa stage? That is the main question. Does fly have a feeding pupa stage? Does mosquito have a feeding pupa stage? The answer is no. Mosquito don't feed in their pupa stage. Right? As long as mosquito turn pupa, they don't feed. When a mosquito turn pupa, it doesn't feed. Right? So therefore, it's not that. So you have to know that. Alright? So it's not that. Mosquito don't feed in the pupa stage. Then you ask, C, have blood sucking adult, obviously fly and suck blood. So the only thing that is common to both things is that they have air-breathing larvae. So the answer is actually D. So that's how you have to work it out, guys. But I don't think you would have to know that you have to study your book properly if you know that. It's actually in your book, though. Right? So you have to read and revise and all of that. But we know honestly nobody revise the paper 1. So yeah, prepare, yeah, that's why you revise well for paper 2, so you cover paper 1. Right? Next question. Aedes aegypti mosquito is known for the transmission of what? Dengue, malaria, cholera. Right? Dengue, pretty simple. What else do Aedes aegypti carry apart from dengue? Who can tell me another disease that Aedes aegypti carried? Who can tell me another disease that Aedes aegypti mosquito carry? Apart from dengue. Chicken something another. Think you're trying to say chikungunya. The chikungunya virus, that's what you're trying to say? It's a lot of them. Zika, that's one. Chikungunya, that's not the right spelling, but that's one. So chikungunya, let me spell it for you. It will be CHIKUN. Again. UNG. Onya. It's chikungunya. And also yellow fever. Right? For malaria, what's the type of mosquito that transmit? What the type of mosquito that transmit malaria? Malaria. So you have Aedes aegypti for dengue and all of that. And then the mosquito that transmit malaria would be Anopheles. Anopheles mosquito. So the Anopheles mosquito. Right? Anopheles mosquito. Yes, female Anopheles, yes. All female mosquito transmit. The male doesn't do anything. The male useless. Females are dangerous when it comes down to mosquitoes. So Anopheles is for malaria. That's in your textbook, TJ. It's in your textbook. Anopheles and Aedes aegypti. So those are the major ones. What caused cholera, by the way? What caused cholera? What caused cholera, guys? Yes, cholera is waterborne. Yes. So what caused it? Contaminated water. Okay. Yeah, man. So I'm going to give you what the bacteria that cause it. All right. Just for knowledge. That's a specific bacteria that cause it. So you can jot that down. So 48 and 50 refers to the following options. Like nutritional deficiency disease, chronic disease, inherited disorder, sexual transmitted infection. So in answering 48 to 50, Match each item with one of the options above. Each option may be used once, more than once, or not at all. So, 48 is a type of disease caused by lack of vitamin D. Lack of vitamin D gives what? Seeing a nutritional deficiency disease. I'm seeing that. So it's A. Great stuff. Sickle cell anemia, what's that? The 49, I'm seeing C. It's a inherited disorder. Yes, 49 is C. Brilliant. Let's move on. What's 50? Herpes. That's pretty simple. Herpes. Is an, so it's and STD would be D. All right, so 50 would be D. Brilliant. Let's move on. Which one of the following is not a social consequence of drug abuse? Right? Is it the abuser neglects the care and concern of his family, feels driven to increase his drug intake, endangers the lives of others in a drunken driving, and withdraws from friends and society and associates? So which one of these is not a social consequence? Remember that social consequence, social has to do with people. So it's B, simple stuff. What type of immunity is acquired when antibodies are produced by vaccine? This is a tough one. This is a tough one. So what type of immunity is acquired when antibodies are produced by vaccine? It's a pretty tough one, guys. Listen, 52 tough. 52 tough, bad. Bad, 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 bad. All right. So it can either be A or D, to be honest. I think if somebody put A and somebody put D, I don't think the person who put A can get it wrong. Because artificial active acquired and artificial passive, they both can cover vaccine. But I'm gonna lean to D. I think D is the best answer in this situation. I'm gonna lean to D, but I think both of them is correct. I think out of A and D, I think D is the better answer, but both of them is correct. No, man, both of them would be correct. Yes, but how would the vaccine be passed on to you, Tiana? Passive is when it passed on, you know. It have to inject, don't? You don't think so? Artificial passive. It has to be injected. And passive is when it's passed on. So, remember it's injection, Tiana. So it's passive. Right? But it can also be active because if it's injected, right? If it's injected, active means that it stimulates the body to actually produce something. Christine, why you think A over D? Not that you're wrong, Let's just discuss it. I personally would pick A or D as my answer. And I think both of them can be justified. But why you think A though, Christine? Yeah, but by vaccine, it's still artificial immunity. Artificial active is when the immune system is stimulated, right, to exposure for pathogen. So artificial active are when the body get exposed to a pathogen, right? And how you get exposed to a pathogen, it has to be through artificial active, right? So what type of immunity is acquired? Because artificial active is when your body is stimulated. So when it's introduced to a pathogen and the body then respond to that pathogen and you get that through vaccination. But I think based on how the question is phrased, it says what type of immunity is acquired. That means you get, right? So I think based on the question, I'm going to lean to D as the best answer. I don't think it would be D because artificial passive is when antibodies are passed across to provide a newborn. No, not necessarily. Artificial passive is not necessarily about newborn. Artificial passive is when it's passed on overall. Artificial, we are talking about artificial, that's not natural. So it's when you make the vaccine, and then when you make that vaccine, it's now not a vaccine alone, but vaccine are the more typical answer. So artificial passive is not necessarily that. So I think what you're talking about is more natural passive because the baby would get the breastfeeding and the breastfeeding would have the pathogen, the antigen, the antibodies, sorry. So that more natural because you never develop that in our lab, right? You never develop that. That occurs naturally. So I think to be artificial passive based on the question, but it's very tight in my opinion. It's very, 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 very tight. But I think the best answer would be D. But it's very tight. Very, very tight. But I'm gonna lean to D based on the question. Because it says what type of immunity is acquired when antibodies are produced by a vaccine? So I'm gonna say artificial passive based on the fact that it has to be passed on through an injection. So I'm going to lean to D based on the question, the nature of the question. I'm going to lean to D. Well, TJ, they're on your own still, but based on the question, I think it's more D because artificial active, I think artificial active is when it's stimulated, yes, but artificial passive is more talking about passing on because when you talk about injection, you talk about passing it on. Passive. Passive is more on. Natural acquired, natural passive is when you pass on some. Artificial active acquired, you don't have to pass it on, you can acquire it. So you don't have to be through that. But I will lean to D on this one. So all the people who say D, I'm gonna give you that. But I think it can be argued with A, but I think this one is more D. All right, moving on. Which one of the following may result from the activities of humans? So which one of the following may result from the activities of humans? Is it loss of potable water? Is it pollution of water? Is it decrease in fish production? Seeing C. I'm seeing C. Pollution of water, decrease in fish production. I'm seeing C. Okay, just C. Anybody else? It says, which of the following may result from activities of human? There on the screen. It's 53. We're at 53. I'm seeing one person with D, C and D. I'm seeing another person with D. I'm going to lean to D. Loss of potable water. Portable means drinking water, TJ. Portable. Portable means drinking water. So humans can contribute to that because of pollution. The same pollution of water leads to it not be portable. So it will be D. Right? So potable drinking water. Right? 54. One proper method of controlling pollution is burning the refuse on a landfill, releasing sewage into the sea, breathing water before it is released, heating water before it is released into the environment, and replacing toxin substance with non-toxin alternatives. What 54B? I'm seeing D for 54. I'm seeing a lot of D's for 54. Indeed. D. Who heats water before releasing it into the environment? That's a lot of time. That's a whole heap of time. Enough time. So I'm leaning to D. Moving on. 55 to 56 refers to the following stages in water purification process. All right? So we have screening, sedimentation, filtration, chlorination. So in answering 55 to 56, match each item with one options above, and the regular use once, more than once, and not at all. So 55, sun containing microorganisms remove organic matter. What would be 55? Sun containing microorganisms remove organic matter. Is 55 screening? Is it sedimentation? Is it filtration? Is it chlorination? I'm seeing C, filtration, for 55. Anybody else for 55? I'm seeing another C, Tiana Smith. I'm seeing a B, sedimentation. I'm seeing B. I'm seeing another C. I'm seeing a C. All right, so sedimentation is when it is allowed to settle. So let's use a tea, for example. You ever drink Milo tea or coffee tea? And when you're done drinking coffee tea, you see some black sediments in the bottom of the cup. That's an example of sedimentation, really. So it basically allow it to form and just drop. And then when it form up a huge clump, you clear it off. Right? So when it form a huge clump, then you do the massive cleaning. So in this case, sand containing microorganisms remove organic matter would be filtration, because the sand containing the microorganism will be removes organic matter, so it will be filtration. So it will be C. So all the people who say C, you are right. 56, the formation of acid. So let's give you some space there. Formation of acid, which destroys organism, would be what? We're seeing D. Is it sedimentation? Is it screening? Or is it chlorination? Indeed, D, it's chlorination. So 56, of course, you use chlorine to destroy organisms. So D is right. 57, pollution is best described as contamination of land, water, air by harmful microorganisms. Is it disposal of harmful substances in water? Is disposal of domestic waste? And this answer, of course, would be between C and D. Can't be C because pollution is not about microorganisms, it's about harmful substances. So it would be D. It's not about microorganisms, it's about harmful substances like chemicals and oil spills and those things. Sashana said it would be D, as pollution is about harmful substances. Moving on, 58, Microorganisms are important to the treatment of sewage because they, why is microorganism important to the treatment of sewage? They produce methane, which can be collected and used for fluid. They add oxygen to the sewage to break down the physical content, I should say. So yes, microorganisms act as decomposers because what they do is that they decompose the urea. And for those who don't know what urea is a part of the urine. So the urine is made up of 95% water and 5% urea. So it decomposes urea, and urea is protein, right? And other organic materials to less harmful substances. So that's C. Moving on to 59, recycling may best be defined as what? Is it the using a resource over and over in the same form? Is it collecting and reprocessing a resource into new products? Is it releasing the use of reducing, the use of resources, or is it chemically altering a resource? We're seeing a lot of B in those answers, and indeed B is correct. And the final question for this paper is, which of the following substances is biodegradable? That's pretty simple. It should be pretty simple. In this case, biodegradable. Which one of them will be biodegradable? Yes, I'm going live tomorrow, but that live will be for biology. Straight biology. But I'm going live for human and social biology on Wednesday. Right before the exam, we're going all the way up through the night. No, unfortunately. Won't be doing PE. Probably next year. So it would be B for wood. Same time, 7, same time, 7 Jamaica time. Oh, 7 Jamaica, same time as today. All live start the same time. So yes, guys, this is 2011 paper. How you feel about this one? Feel like you could handle it? I feel like it will handle you. Yes, that's 8 year time. Yes. Where are you from, Hanley? Are you from Guyana? Oh, you're from St. Kitts. Welcome, 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 Hanley. Welcome. All right, welcome. All right, so that is 2011, and that's the paper I did when I was doing human and social biology. Yes, I'm that old. I made it ace this. All right. So more everybody ace it as well. And get my grade as well. What kind of question that TJ? What kind of that question is insulting? What kind of question that TJ? What kind of question is that? Listen, TJ, to all me love bio, I did straight bio, human and social bio, and I did inti science. That's how much me love bio. But let's do them for fun. What kind of question that TJ? TJ, when I was going to school, I did bio, straight bio, and I did human and social bio and inti science just for fun. because me never even go to class with them. Me just assume say once me do straight bio, me can do all related, all of them two subjects. Because into science are like 80% bio or 70% bio. So yeah, bio was my first love from day one. So TJ, yeah man, we get one in all of them. Yeah man, so more you get the one too. Alright, so we're gonna run the next one because we said we're gonna go up to 11. So we're gonna start one, another one. Alright, just start another one. I do an easy one. Maybe easy. Alright, think. Should I do this one? Alright, fine, let's do this one. Are you seeing the screen? Yeah, man, I'm posting it, man. So the ability of an organism to detect and respond to changes in the environment. What is that, guys? So I'm seeing a lot of D's. Well, if the people them gone, you know, they get chopped, you know, they can't watch it back. They get chopped. Them can't watch it back. Yeah, man, D, irritability. Indeed, is correct. Moving on. So let me just do this same time. Question refers to the following diagram which represents an animal cell. What's the structure labeled at X? So the structure labeled X is involving what? Storage of fat, production of protein, breaking down of substances. Let me give it some zoom so you can see what's going on. So your answer is D, the packaging substance of transporting out of the cell. B, production of protein. Which one am I going? B or D? So what is X? What is X? What substance is X? What is the structure? What's the organelle? Man, them hot, man, them say rough endoplasmic reticulum. Hi. Man, them hot. It's a rough endoplasmic. What is rough endoplasmic reticulum? What is that? Why is it rough and not smooth endoplasmic reticulum? TJ, may I test your brain now? Want to see it on a video? Jano. Jano, TJ. And what are the little ridges called? You see the video, them just like give the answer, you know, but them now strike you with why. And you need why. Because if you get a related question, if you don't know why, you're going to get chopped. So, endoplasmic reticulum, you have smooth endoplasmic reticulum and you have rough endoplasmic reticulum, right? Rough endoplasmic reticulum, they produce protein because what makes them rough is ribosome. So, right, this is the endoplasmic reticulum, and then you have the ribosomes, are the dotted things that attach to it, the little dots. So that's why it is rough endoplasmic reticulum. because ribosomes are responsible for making protein, and ribosome is attached to the endoplasmic reticulum, right? So therefore, it would be B. That's why it is B. All right, so you can't just say you see it on a video. You have to know why. All right, next one. We look at question 3, refers to the following freshwater food chain, right? The organism labeled at 1 is what? A herbivore? Is it a omnivore? Is it a primary consumer? What is that? We're seeing D is a secondary consumer. And we see where that question is similar to the other question, right? So we see producer here, then we have the primary consumer and the secondary consumer. So I hope this show you, right? I hope this show you that you're not looking at swatting. You're looking at understanding, because the same concept we see come back from 2011, and this is 2018, I think, right? So the same question see come back in a different way. The only thing that them draw a different food chain and ask the same question. So that is why I'm emphasizing that people, that TJ, don't just watch the videos. And sometimes the videos are at fault as well because they don't explain. They just tell you the answer, right? And you need to know more than that in order to manipulate through a question, right? So the answer would be just as before, secondary consumer. So we move on. We move right along. So D, I move along to question 4, which refers to the following diagram, which shows a blood cell before and after placing a concentrated salt solution for 1 hour. So before 1 hour, it is this. After 1 hour, it is this. I remember this is a red blood cell before and after being placed in a concentrated salt. The change in red blood cells shown in II occurs because of what? Water enter by osmosis, leaves by osmosis, right? Enters by diffusion, leaves by diffusion. So you're saying it leaves by osmosis because it can't be diffusion. We take out that, and again, we can see the same thing them a test for again. Them ask the same type of question with the visking tube. We see that. We see that. And the same question them ask back, in a different way. If you understand the 20% visking tube concept, you understand this. That's why nothing beats concept. Swatting doesn't work better than understanding, because the man will swat, I forgot swat at least 20 paper. The man where don't swat can look through 5 paper and brilliantly pass the exam, flying colors, because him understand the concept. Right? So it's easy to say that that is B. Right? That can be nothing else but B. So we move on to question 5, which are following is not a function of calcium, right? Is it absorption, blood clotting, development of healthy teeth, development of healthy bone? So first of all, we know C and D outright because that's calcium's primary function. Calcium primary function is the development of healthy teeth and development of healthy bones. Out of it. Absorption. calcium is used for absorption. Tell me how calcium is used for absorption. So you say B, so why I rule out? Why I rule out A? Let's look at that. Let's look at that, guys. Let's not be quick. Let's look at that. So we're saying B. We're sticking with B. So calcium actually plays a part in blood clotting. Calcium plays a part in blood clotting. Calcium is what we call an X factor, right? So calcium is an X factor. What does calcium do? Calcium activates the enzyme prothrombin, right? Remember that prothrombin turns thrombin. So remember that enzyme converts prothrombin into thrombin, right? Remember that? I whenever they on live 2. Remember when they on live paper 2, we talk about prothrombin, right? So prothrombin, right? We're supposed to remember that. Prothrombin, right? Need to be activated to become thrombin. And let me just get that there. Let me just try and type that in. So I'm typing it in, right? So in order for blood to clot, prothrombin need to turn to thrombin in allow for blood to clot, right? And how it will convert, you need an enzyme, a particular enzyme to activate it, right? So that enzyme, the exam is the 30th, right? So that enzyme is needed, right? So what activates that enzyme is actually calcium. The presence of calcium activates the enzyme that converts prothrombin into thrombin. So calcium is needed to activate the enzyme to turn prothrombin into thrombin. No, I'm not doing economics this time around. But I know someone who does economics, so I can reference you after the live. That person is very good at economics. So do we understand the role that calcium plays? Do we understand? Is there anybody who don't get it? No? So the answer would be it doesn't help in absorption. So it would be A. Do we understand that, guys? I'm seeing Christine, TJ, KK Hanley, We get that? I'm assuming that we do. So let's go. Which are the following cell structure traps energy? Simple stuff that. Let's go. Let's go. What's that? What's 6? TJ, you all right? Yeah, I see doubles. Wrong question. It said which structure trap energy from the sunlight? Where you gonna mitochondria? Mitochondria, powerhouse of the cell, right? Traps. So it would be C. Remember, the chloroplast contains chlorophyll that traps sunlight energy. TJ, we know that it's 10:29 in Jamaica, 11:29 in other Caribbean countries. TJ wanna sleep, man. You wanna sleep. All right, let's go, guys. Let me move fast. I try to finish that one here. Which of the following statements is not true of anemia? Which of the statements is not true about anemia? It is caused by lack of iron, not true, in the diet. It is developed because of inadequate red blood cells are manufactured. It can be treated by eating green, leafy vegetables, liver, and egg yolk. It is causing DNA coding for hemoglobin is altered. Which one of these is not true? So I'm seeing TJ with C. I'm seeing Tiana with D. Tiana, why you said D? So let's check the facts of these, right? Let's check the facts of these. So A, it is caused by lack of iron, and that's true, right? B, it is developed because of inadequate red blood cells are manufactured. So that's true. C, it can be treated by eating green vegetables, liver, egg yolk. Definitely. Remember that people who are anemic are placed on a diet so that they can eat green leafy vegetables, liver, that's red meat, right? And egg yolk. So, yeah. So people who have anemia, they normally have depend green leafy vegetable, red meat, and egg yolk. So the answer will be D because if this caused by DNA coding or hemoglobin is altered, right, you'll be talking about mutation right there. Right, so given the answer there, it would be D. D would be a suitable answer right there. How about 8? 8 says, which of the following reagents gives a positive test for the main food present in a slice of baked potato? So let me ask you, what test what? Right here, so baked potato, which are the following reagents give a positive test for the main food present in the slice of baked potato? So we are seeing C, iodine solution, because iodine tests for what? Tests for starch, and potato is starch, right? So I'm leaning to C. All right, next one, going up to 9. Going up to 9 states that kwashiorkor, very soft, very simple. It's caused by a lack of which vitamin? Sorry, lack of what? Not vitamin. Ethanol, TJ test for fat. Ethanol test for fat. Good question, TJ. Very good question. Someone like you ask intelligent question, boy. intelligent question. Right? Ethanol. You dissect the question and ask yourself, yo, me don't know that one there, no. So if I want to come back for that test, I want to know what it is. That's a very good question. I appreciate good questions, TJ. Ethanol test for fat. And a positive result will become cloudy white, or cloudy or foggy white. So in the test for starch, a two-way test for starch, for fat, you test using ethanol, and you can use a brown paper bag, like a patty bag. So we can see where we see the patty, we see the oil mark through the patty bag, we can know that fat is present. Yeah, man, we cover Benedict already, man. Benedict solution reducing, that was on, we did that in our previous paper before, and it was in the other one. I was asked to talk about brick red and all of these things, and burette. Well, burette test for again? What does burette test for? Just testing y'all. Let's test your memory. Burette. What burette test for again? One said two peptide bond. What burette test for again? Man said two peptide bond. You can't do a good TJ go on Google, you know. Me, you know, TJ go on Google for that question. TJ, me don't say you don't know what that mean. About two peptide, man. TJ, what a man stuff. TJ, I try chopper. About two peptide, man. Protein is what we want. Because peptide bonds make up protein, sir. So protein, peptide bonds are the bonds that are formed between protein. So it's actually protein. All right? So those are what the solutions are. So of course, going back to this, the answer would be, you said it would be lack of protein for kwashiorkor. Which are following types of teeth is best adapted for tearing a rough piece of food? Right? So which type of teeth is responsible for tearing a rough piece of food? Is it molar, incisor, canine, premolar? So you're saying canine. You're saying canine. We're saying C for canine. We're saying C for canine. That's what we're saying. We're saying, what if I C, me can go beach when me done? What if I see? What if I see? Enough C? What if I see? I don't need to have a sunscreen, man. BSC. C. Say, what if I see? Everybody agree with C? Every single soul agree with C? Everybody here, now no B? Now no B for beach? Now no A for apple? Now nothing for A? So we are move, so. We are move away. So see, all you see in the right, you look right. Canine. Sharp. Tear up things. What about incisor? What's the main job of the incisor? Let's talk about them for a minute. The incisor, what's the main job of your incisor? Incisor's job. What's the main job of the incisor? Tearing Want to bite off? Bite. Cutting. So we say cut. Rather cut. Yeah, cut or bite is fine. So you sure say a canine with all of that there? What's a canine job? It's a canine teeth function. So you're saying that the canine tear. Mm. Mm. So it's between canine and incisor. Which one you think win? Whoa! What you reading from the parade? So that's okay now. Let's stick with that. It tight, you know? It tight, man. It tight, man. It tight. I remember I said best adapted, you know. Yes. But tearing, rough piece, scissor food. When it tight, when it tight. It tighter you think, you know. Yeah, no, two of them do job, you know, it tighter you think. You just don't want to hear. Oh man, it tight, man, it tighter you think. No, me not overthink. Me I think logically, bro. Me I think logically. Me not overthink. Me just I gotta advise you best. Me not gonna just jump and say something like that. Me I gotta advise you, you know, best. You know. It was them tight, man. Ah, me I work with K9. I work with K9. But them tight. Real. No, TJ, we have to give the best answer. No, you don't think it tight, but it tight. It tight. It's a tight question because both of them are suited for tearing, right? And both of them, the question is not as straightforward as you would think. Both a question is kind of ambiguous. It says best, but best is up to opinions. Here. Because you know some teacher will go with incisors. Some will go with K9. But I'm leaning to K9. 5149. So I'm leaning to K9, but some people will tell you it's incisor based on the question. It's a very tight one. All right, moving on. This one states that refers to the following diagram, which shows the internal structure. The layer of the tooth is harder than the bone is labeled. Oh, that's the same stuff, guys. What is question 11? Oh, yeah, that's a giveaway. And what is I? What's the name of A? Enamelius. What is II? What is II? So we're saying dentine. And we're saying pulp cavity. So what is IV? We're saying root. All right. Not bad. Let's move on. Oh, sorry. So this one would be A. All right. This one says, refer to the following diagram of the tooth, the crown. And we have I, the same IV here. Which of the parts labeled helps to hold the tooth in its socket? So you're working with what? D, IV, and so you're working with D. And D seems a feasible answer. Right? So we're gonna work with D. Next, amino acids, right, derives from protein, are essential nutritional component of diet because they what? Why is amino acids? Because they are building of new cells. They provide much energy need. And they are storage form of energy, building new cells, speed up metabolic reaction. Ooh. So we're saying C, we're saying D. Ah, hold on. Hold on. C is the 13 you're going with a D. Which one? Which one is a 13? Is 13 C? Okay, anybody else? Are we just working with C? All right, so in the interest of time, I'm gonna work with C because it's used, protein is used to repair cells. So of course, it is used to building new cell. What the process by which undigested food is eliminated from the body is called? So undigested food. So we have 14A, digestion. All right, moving on, and that's pretty self-explanatory. What is deamination? What's that? Just in the interest of time. What's deamination? Deamination, what's that? Deamination is when enzymes, when protein or enzyme is not at their best function, they're not at optimum. The deamination is the same like denature in some sense. So deamination of amino acid will mean that they are removed. There's a removal of the amino group from a molecule. So that means that the enzyme will stop work. It's a deamination process. Right? So when you remove an amino acid group, so remember that there are many chains making a protein of amino acid. So deamination is when you remove one of those groups. Right? So amino acids are broken down. Right? So that's deamination. Next one, 15 states, which of the following is not a function of the colon? To absorb water into the body, to absorb mineral salts into the body, brief storage of undigested food mineral material, and absorption of digestive food material into the body. Not a function. Not a function, lads. Not a function. Let's go. Go with the answers, lads. Let's go with the answers. Let's pick up the answers. So you're seeing D, and D is absolutely correct because the colon does everything else except for absorbing minerals. That is done. Digestive food is done in the small intestine, right? Where there's the ileum, the jejunum, and all those things. Climbing up a mountain, a group of hikers find that breathing becomes difficult. This is most likely because the air has less oxygen, they became tired from a long walk, the temperature drops and the air is colder, they lose too much water by sweating. So you're saying it is A, they lose too much water by sweating. No, you're saying that temperature drops in the air is colder. A. Answer is A, guys, because the higher you go, the less oxygen there is. So the higher you go, the less oxygen there is. TJ, the man them on the live. You guys watch football? Who watch football on the live? Say football. Type football if you watch football. You're a fan of football, type football. No, the ladies don't probably watch football. But if you watch football, nobody, the males that watch football, nobody that watch football. Can I give you a classic example? Tashan, you watch football for you? You watch football? All right, you guys know of the stadium in Mexico called the Azteca? You know of the Azteca Stadium? No? Reggae boys always go to Mexico and the Azteca. Notice that they are difficult to play on the Azteca, right? Because the stadium is too high. So therefore, visiting teams have a hard time playing 90 minutes at the Azteca Stadium in Mexico, right? Because the higher they go, them get tired easily. So therefore, Mexico normally win a lot of games in the Azteca. So the higher you go, is the less oxygen. So the answer for this would be A. Right? So you guys get that one. 17. Which of the following is the correct sequence of events of mouth-to-mouth resuscitation? And we see it again, guys, coming back to us again. So it says, let's go up a little so you guys can see. It says, tilt the head backwards. That's the first one you're saying. Then you're saying that it should be pinch the nostril. Then you're saying that they place the mouth over the other person, then remove your mouth. So again, different angle, but same sauce. All right. Moving on. Which of the following best completes the equation of aerobic respiration? Come on, paper 2. Yeah, make it chapter again, boy. So remember that aerobic respiration is the opposite of photosynthesis. So you should be, you didn't watch the video of the TJ, you didn't watch the video of my solutions for paper 2. You didn't watch the video? TJ, you never watch the video of the solutions? No, TJ, because paper 2 stuff can come on paper 1. So if you watch the video on paper 2 and you learn your mistakes you make, you can better yourself in paper 1. I mean, why would you do that to yourself? I mean, why are you killing yourself, TJ? Because what you're doing, you're killing yourself. Because this question came on paper 2, and if you get it wrong on paper 2, why you go back and get it wrong on paper 1 when you can save yourself a mark? It's not logical, TJ. That's not logical, man. So it's the opposite of photosynthesis. So therefore the answer would be, so since the raw materials would be carbon dioxide and water for photosynthesis, it means that there would be a product or byproduct in aerobic respiration. So therefore it would be what? It would be carbon dioxide and water. And of course the main responsibility of aerobic respiration is to provide energy. So it would be carbon dioxide, water, plus energy. Moving on. During respiration, the release of energy in a cell is occur when ATP is converted into ADP, ADP is converted into ATP, ADP is converted to lactic acid, or ATP and oxygen form oxyhemoglobin. So you're saying it is ATP to ADP. So you're saying it's A because ATP is adenosine triphosphate, and when you exercise, right, you lose one because a phosphate group is lost, so therefore become ADP. Indeed. Which of the following substances found in cigarette smoke is addictive? What's addictive? In cigarette. In cigarette, it's nicotine. Very basic stuff. Tar just make your teeth look ugly. Carbon dioxide is just stupid. Next. 21 refers to the following diagram of the heart. Which of the following is the correct comparison of the structures labeled X and Y? So X is left, Y is right. So you're saying X have thinner walls, Y has thicker walls. C sends, so X sends blood to the body, while sends blood to the lungs. Blood leaves at higher pressure. Then they're not trying to make this difficult. So it is B, because remember that X is on the left. Remember that X is on the left, and therefore what is left is right. So therefore it is the left side is carrying deoxygenated blood, and the right side is carrying oxygenated blood. So therefore there will be less transport of oxygenated blood. Sorry, there will be less transport of deoxygenated blood, because that blood is just going from the head and the body to the lungs to be oxygenated, right? But when it goes on the right hand side, which is actually the left, right, it basically is transporting the blood to the body. So therefore the answer would be B. So X has thinner walls, right, because it is only transported to the lungs, and Y has thicker walls because it's going to the body. All right, moving on. Which of the following vitamins assist in the process of blood clotting? Oh, come on, man. Here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again. Yeah, man. Good night, good night, good night. So what is it? Vitamin? Yeah, we know 11, man, but you know, why not finish the paper and call it or something? So it is vitamin K. That's a repeat question. All right, so we smash that. Moving on. Which of the following is a tough, flexible, fibrous connective tissue that joins two bones to form a stable joint? Two bones to form a stable joint. What are we going with that? Two bones to form a stable joint. So we are saying it is D, ligament. Because ligament join bone to bone. Right? What tendon join? What tendon join again? Tendon join what? Muscle to bone. Excellent stuff. So tendon is muscle to bone. Tendon is muscle to bone. What's the function of the cartilage? RTJ. What's the function of cartilage? Right, it reduces the friction between joints. Excellent stuff, Tiana. Let's go. So this would be D. All right, let's move on. The coronary, the coronary thrombosis occurs when what? When the valves of the heart stop working, when the coronary artery becomes blocked with blood clot, when the coronary vein blocked with blood clot, or when, right, there's too much blood flowing through the heart. So the coronary thrombosis, right, is when the artery, the answer is B, is when the artery becomes blocked. 25. All right. The diagram represents what? All of the people from paper 2. All of the paper 2 people. Let's go. 25. Let's go. Well on there. Well on there. No, not on paper 2. We did that during the session. TJ. Wait there. Oh, Mr. That's the fact. Mr. Lymphocyte. Oh, Mr. Lymphocyte. Mr. people as a C. Oh, I get C. This can't be C. This is phagocyte. This is B. Remember, guys, we will talk about it all along today. We will talk about it even in paper 2 live. But we talk about this lobed nucleus. See, they're lobed. So it's not big as the lymphocyte. If I did lymphocyte, you'll have this as the lymphocyte cell, and then you'll have the nucleus will have be just big. Isn't it? Forget me drawing bad, but it will be big. Remember that it is phagocyte because the nucleus is small, so it can engulf the bacteria. So this will have to be B. All right, people can see. I think this is 2018. All right. So remember that, guys. If it's a lymphocyte, then the cell will be bigger. All right. The nucleus will be bigger. My apologies. The nucleus will be bigger. All right. 26. No, 26. I'm soon done half a paper. Locomotion is not important for human to find food, to locate a mate, to avoid predators, or to breathe in oxygen. This looks pretty basic. Let's go, guys. Let's move. D. Yes, man. Yeah, we don't have to walk for breathe. Yeah, we gotta breathe. Basically, we don't walk in. Locomotion is movement. All right, 27. Which of the following joints allow movement of bones in one plane only? One plane only. Which one is that? Which joint is that? One plane only. So we're saying hinge. So hinge, because your hinge joint is at the elbow and your knee. Right? So it's one plane only. See there? One plane. And your knee, one plane only. So C, hinge joint is correct. Moving on. Nearly reach half of the paper. Let's move, guys. Let's push. Which following is the most severe damage caused by the prolonged wearing of high heel shoes? So the bones in the feet become misaligned. The corns and calluses develop on the toes. The space between the toes tend to widen, and there is less support placed on the heels of the feet. So which one of these? Is it D? You're saying it is D. You're saying it is D. Less support placed on the heels. We're saying D is a prominent answer. Anybody else with anything apart from D? Or it is D. We're working with D. D is correct. Indeed. Next. What's the longest continuous bone in the human? Ah, that is simple stuff, guys. Longest bone in the body. Let's go. Right after the paper, guys. After the juncture. Let's kill this paper. Let's move. Wait. Oh, we just do a wrong thing. My bad. Let me move. We just skip the question. This is the my bad. So there's a small volume of urine will most likely to be produced. So a small volume of urine will most likely produce after what? A high water intake, eating a diet low in salt, excessive exercise, or being in a cold room for a long time. So you're saying C. Saying C. Some people saying C. So C. Because when you wear high heel, there is less support placed on the heels of the feet. So your heel and the ear. So when you wear high heels, remember that your heels are in the ear. So there's less support placed there. That's the best answer there. Your bones don't become misaligned. So there's less support placed on the heels. Because remember that all the support will be down to your toes actually. Because your feet will be slanted like this. So then your body, instead of, because remember that you're meant to be flat footed. So if your foot up so, then all the pressure go up on this side. And you have less support on your heels. So for 29, we're saying that is what? C. And we're working with C, because C is indeed correct. Exercise, right? So a small volume of urine will most likely produce after, because you'll be burning out all of the water from your body due to excess exercise. Next, the longest continuous bone in the skeleton, we're moving fast. That would be for the paper we're at, guys, so we can done before 11:30. Come on, let's flush this. So the longest bone is the femur. Nice. Next, which of the following processes occur when a person's blood glucose level is too high? The fat is broken down into glucose. The pancreas secretes glycogen. Glucose is stored by the nerve cell. The liver converts glucose into glycogen. Again, that's a repeat question. Let's go 31. Let's go. That's 31, guys. Pancreas secretes glycogen. Oh man, that's a repeat question, man. Remember, when a person blood glucose is too high. Oh yes, that's true. You're saying B, or you saying D? When the blood glucose level is too high, it will be insulin that's released. So the liver would actually remember that it will be D. So that's a repeat question. That was on the last page. We just did that a while ago. All right, so we're working with D. Next, Liam notices that his face is flushed red after playing football. Which of the following processes will cause his face to be flushed? So his face flush red. You know, what will cause his face to be flushed? Yeah, man. C, vasodilation. Because that is when the blood is coming up to the skin to cool it down. Because remember, say I play football, say I go hot. Right? It might go hot, it might go have heat. So therefore, the blood will be dilated. The blood vessel got dilate open, so the blood can come in and cool him down. You see that? So we get see there, same repeat question, same speed. All right, so it is C. Moving on. There's a different way, but same answer. Which of the following substances are found in the urine of a healthy person? It's the urine of a healthy person. Is it urea, salt, water, salt, urea, protein, urea, glucose, salt? Which one of them is found in a healthy person? You're saying A, it is salt, water, and urea. I'm seeing, yeah, I'm seeing A. I'm seeing A. Salt, urea, and protein. I'm seeing A. Anything else? Are you going with A? Yes, A looks right. Salt, urea, water looks indeed correct. So if you have glucose, you have some sugar thing. Protein might have some cancerous thing. And protein and sugar and salt means you're really salt. All right. Moving on. So this is a refer to the information in the following table. Which of the following conclusions can be drawn from the table above? Voluntary and involuntary action. Involuntary action, well taught. Oh, sorry, let me give you some rest of the question. So which are the following? So let's go. Involuntary actions are well thought out. Voluntary actions are automatic. Voluntary actions are survival. Involuntary actions are automatic. What's the answer you have there, guys? Is A saying? A saying, guys? I'm not sure if it's A for the other question. I am not giving. I think the A is for the other question. What's this? You sure me if you go back up. Don't think it. I need to. Let's see. Okay. So what's your answer? What's your answer? Involuntary actions. Involuntary. Are well thought out. Can well thought out. Voluntary actions are automatic. No. They are not ensure survival. No. Involuntary action ensure survival. Because they say put your hand on a hot pot, then it automatically draft, right? Because that is helping you to survive. So it has to be D. Voluntary actions are automatic. That's the only thing that is true there. Moving on to 35, refers to the following diagram of some of the organs in the body. And then have S there, that's simple. Which hormone is secreted by the organ? What is S, by the way? What organ is S? Come on, guys. We have 15. We have 25 questions to go. Let's push and get them before 11. 11 at least. Let's push and get them for at least 11:40. So pancreas is A. Yes, can't hide the pancreas. So therefore, which hormone is secreted by the pancreas? That would be insulin. Right? Thyroxine is by the thyroid gland. This is growth. Estrogen have to do with the menstruation cycle, and adrenaline is produced by the adrenal gland. Where's the adrenal gland, guys? Where's the adrenal gland? The adrenal gland is above the kidney. All right. So if they, for example, if they should have gone here, right, it would have been the adrenal gland, right, because it's just above the kidney. All right. So the adrenal gland is just above the kidney, which will be right about here. All right, so we move on quickly. 37 refers to the following diagram, illustrates a nerve cell conducting an impulse from a sense organ to the central nervous system. The cell above is known as what type of cell? What type of cell is that? Is this cell? The spinal nerves, the cranial nerves, the motor neuron, is the sensory neuron. So I'm seeing somebody saying sensory neuron. I'm seeing D for sensory. Has to be, because you see here with a receptor. We see the skin as a receptor is receiving a touch, right? And it's traveling along the cell body. So this is what we call a sensory neuron, because we can see there that is detecting something from the skin. Moving on to 38, which of the following comparison is not true for the nervous and the hormonal control? Is it that, right, messages travel slowly and take longer to have an effect, right? Messages travel fast and have a rapid effect. Is it that chemical messages travel across synapses? Only chemical messages are involved. Electrical messages travel along the neurons, and messages are transported in the blood. Response is usually short-lived, and the effects are often long-lasting. So it would be messages travel slowly and take long to have an effect. That's absolutely foolishness, because we're talking about the nerve system here, one of the fastest systems in our body. So it has to be A, is not true. Next, ovulation is the process by which what occurs? It's a process by which female becomes pregnant. Sound rubbish. Male and a female gamete fuse. A fertilized egg is implanted in the uterus. Our egg is released into the oviduct. So fertilization, say it will be ovulation will be D. So ovulation is not about fertilized egg implanted, right? Ovulation is when the egg is released, all right, into the oviduct, which is the fallopian tube. All right, so that will be fertilization. D. Moving on, the main reason for practicing family planning. Right? The main reason for practicing family planning is to do what? Why people do family planning? Right? To make family richer, to improve the economy of a country, to get individuals more leisure time, or to ensure sufficient resources for each family member with the standard D. Moving on. Which of the following methods of birth control is least effective in preventing pregnancy? Is it barrier? Is it natural? Is it surgical? Is it hormonal? Seeing B. Seeing B. Yeah. B like it. B, natural. All right, so B, natural is right. Moving on to 42. Near there, guys, near there. Which of the following are true about the fallopian tube? Right? Which of the following is true about the fallopian tube? Yes, Anisha, yes, for real. Subjects are intertwined sometimes. Which of the following are true about the fallopian tube? Is it the site where fertilization of ovum occurs? Is it facilitate the passage of ovum into the uterus, produces the ovum? So we're having A. Seeing A as a popular answer. All right. Site where ovum occurs, fertilization occurs. All right. Doesn't produce the ovum, none at all. So A is right. Excellent, guys. We're going there. We're getting there. We have 17 more questions. Let's knock it. This refers to the following diagram, which represents 1 month on the calendar Tanya used to chart her menstrual cycle. All right. So during which part of her cycle is she most likely to become pregnant? It's pretty simple. I think this was pretty simple. All right. So it will have to be B, around 12 days to 16 days, where we can see here the level is high. All right. So that would be B. Right in the middle phase there would be beautiful. So let's put B there. Moving on, guys. Let's go. We have like 16 more questions, guys. Let's do it. A tall man teeth